Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. I am still over at Nikki's in the library, but I've had, excuse me, questions from subscribers and those that have asked through my Facebook page, and we thought we would combine them all and just sort of go through them so you have get you some idea of who I am. So another thing, I don't do paper crafts over here. It's everything else. And I love doing miniatures. So while we go over the questions, I'm just going to pull out my next miniature and get it set up and ready to go. So asking the questions this evening is Nikki himself. Say hey, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki.
So a lot of you have heard me talk about him, and he's doing much better. Aren't you, dear?
Tremendously. I appreciate all the prayers and good wishes and healing energies.
All right, first question, dear.
First question. How old were you when you got into crafting?
Oh. I reckon probably 15, 16.
Who inspired you to take up crafting?
My grandmother. She's the one that started me years ago, but when it came to like doing everything else, it was a lot of people I watched on YouTube, but the ones that actually pushed me into doing videos would be Fiona. I think Fiona Jennings, I think it's Jennings 644, something like that. And the other one would be Pam at the Paper Outpost.
Okay. What inspired you to get into crafting?
Boredom. I am not the type that sit around and twiddle my thumbs or do nothing. I've got to be busy with something. And this looked like fun.
How many types of crafts can you do, and what types of crafts are they? This is a two-part question from one of your subscribers.
Oh. I do, excuse me, a lot of different crafts. All types of needlework, cross stitch, excuse me, quilting, sewing, jewelry making, polymer clay, miniatures, paper crafting, metal models. We've got a whole bunch of them over there. And it's just different things that I find that I get interested in and I want to try it, and I go from there. The one thing I can tell everybody is never think that, oh, I'm only good at this, or that looks interesting, but I'm afraid to do it. Step out of your comfort zone. Try new things.
How does crafting make you feel?
Oh. Well, it depends on my mood. Excuse me. If I'm irritated, crafting will soothe it. If I'm anxious or nervous or whatever, crafting soothes it. If I'm bored, crafting takes care of that. Like I said, I'm not the type of person that can just sit around and do nothing.
You answered this a little bit in this last question, but I'll ask this follow-up. What are the benefits of crafting?
Calmness, I think, would be the best thing. Because it gives me an outlet to work out frustrations, anxiety, whatever, and it calms me down. And it keeps me out of trouble.
You've mentioned your kids in previous videos. Do your kids craft?
Yes. The ones that live with me, my son David and his wife Victoria. David does, he works with models, not the kind that I do, but he works with other types of models. He does, I know he was working on a cosplay outfit, some type of Mandalorian getup, and he does, and different things of that. He even dabbles in jewelry. My daughter-in-law Victoria, doll making. The girl is wonderful with dolls. She the jointed ones. I mean, they are gorgeous. She just recently got a resin printer, so that's good. So that means the space in the Dragon's Den is getting smaller. And my grandson Caleb, several years ago, David found at a yard sale or somewhere a wooden dollhouse. So it had all of its pieces in it. Quite an expensive one. And he got it for like $5, $10 and he brought it home. But it's never been put together. Caleb actually wants to put together. He wants to get into miniatures. Now, for an 18-year-old boy, that's unusual. But yeah, we're a crafty type of family.
What types of relationships does crafting build?
Family. That's the best way to say it. You've got a basis for talking with people. It may start with just making a little comment here or there in a Facebook group, which is how I started, to where maybe you're offering a little bit of help, maybe some advice, but you get to know these people. And I was raised an only child, but as of now, I have crafting sisters that mean the world to me. There's Deanna, there's Sherry, there's Charlotte, there's Pam, there's Dee, there's Kiki, and even Fiona. You know, these have become family. So you grow, your family grows. So the relationships you get out of crafting, it's family.
If you could only do one craft, what would it be and why?
Oh. I would love to say miniatures. I would love to say models, polymer clay jewelry, all that. But at this point, I'm going to have to say paper crafting. Junk journals, memory albums. For the main reason that I got too much junk. I have too many supplies to give it up.
Where do you get your supplies?
Oh, I've got some at Hobby Lobby, some at Michael's. I bought some from Temu, Amazon. Those that saw my last video, which was a haul, came from journalsay.com, but it's his fault. It is all his fault. If I say, if I want to try something, I'd like to try that, but I don't have this or that. Next thing I know, it's on my desk. He's an enabler. But he's a sweet one.
How can you go shopping and not leave the house?
Oh, I remember this one. The lady asked me, she said her husband was watching my video saying, to shop your stash. And I've got so much stuff at the Dragon's Den that is related to junk journals. I've got all kinds of papers and stamps and stickers and all this stuff. So when I go to shop my stash, I look through my little books. I look through my different papers. I look through my stickers. And I've got, a lot of different categories of stickers. And I'll sit there and I'll go through all of them. And something that catches my eye, I'll put it in the pile. So that's what I mean. I can shop what I have at home without ever having to leave the house. And even if I do need something, I still won't have to leave the house because he makes sure I end up with it. It's his fault.
What do you say if somebody is on a limited budget for crafting? How would they get the supplies?
Newspapers, magazines, junk mail is awesome. Your kids' notebook paper. It doesn't matter if it's got writing on it. That would be good for a junk journal. You can get a lot of supplies from your kids if you have kids. They have crayons and markers and probably colored pencils, pens. They probably got glue, and scissors, and you can get a lot just from your kids and around the house. So, because that's where I started. I started with, tried to get into card making, and that was a no-go. So I had some cardstock, plain colors, and I had a couple of sheets of cardstock paper that was given to me through Happy Mail. So I started with those, and I didn't know how to or where to actually go for stickers, but I did have markers and I did have colored crayon or colored pencils. So, and with having, with the wrestling promotion, I had full sheets of labels, the solid ones, and I would draw pictures and color them in and cut them out. Those are my first stickers. So look around your house. You'd be surprised what you can find.
Can anyone get into crafting?
Yes. It doesn't matter how young or how old. I mean, I didn't get into paper crafting till, what was it, about 5 years ago? Maybe 6? Into junk journals. Because before that, I was into memory albums. So, but yeah, there's no age limit.
Okay, is there can males and females get in, or just is it limited to just females get into crafting?
No, I have a very sweet crafting brother, and he's wonderful, and he's got ideas, and he doesn't mind trying things out. Crafting knows no age and no gender.
What tools would someone need to start crafting with?
All right, let me show you what I started with. Let me see if I can find. I think I've got one in here. What I started with crafting was a pencil, a ruler, and a pair of scissors. That's what I started with. From there, I added, because once I had these, then I added glue. And I used the glue from Dollar Tree. Why? Because I didn't have the money for all the other expensive stuff. So then it went from here. Then it was like, well, they were talking about double-sided tape. And then I started buying double-sided tape. But these, if you've got these are your basic tools. You can learn to fussy cut. Learn to use your scissors. How to cut so that you can either cut on the line or you leave a little space. But that takes practice. But scissors, ruler, pencil, and glue. Those are my first tools. And I still use them constantly.
What can someone just getting into crafting expect and look forward to?
Oh, what can you expect? You can expect to have fun. You can expect to drop things quite a bit. You can expect to gain friends. And like with me, I have friends that are all over the world. I've got some in Korea, Japan, England, Scotland. I've got two in India, and one in Italy, and one in Australia. So you get friends worldwide. So trying to think what else. Expect to have to need storage. Yeah, expect to need storage, because the more you do it, the more you're going to end up with stuff. And it's not junk. It's stuff that you're going to need. And my one beef with crafting is buy what you need. Buy only what you know you're going to use. Don't buy stuff because this one has it or that one has it. Because then you've got stuff that you're not going to use. So expect quiet time, peaceful time. It's just, I don't know how else to say it. There's so many benefits of crafting. I mean, blood pressure. I had a problem at one time with high blood pressure. And in fact, this was about 6 years ago, because that's when I got into junk journals. And now every time I go to the doctor, my blood pressure is fine. And I do believe it's from crafting.
So better health and lots of friends.
Yes.
That could be the short answer, I guess.
Yeah. All right. I know I'm long-winded.
We do have quite a few other questions, but my throat is getting dry, so I'm going to stop right now. We can do another session of this.
Okay. So this will be it for this time. We'll come back with another session of Q&A. And I hope y'all have enjoyed what we're sharing with you today. And don't forget to try something new and have fun with it. So until next time, bye guys.